Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to the channel for UFC 301 preview. I am joined by, the two partners in crime, Jamie and Callum. How are we doing this evening, boys?
Can't complain, bro.
Good.
Can't complain.
Well,
Can't
I
complain.
could.
Look, who's looking forward to this card this weekend? Who is
massively looking forward to it? Cal's even putting off his holiday for it, man.
It's just coincidental timing, to be honest.
Coincidental, yeah. Coincidental timing.
All right, shall I be real with you, boys? I'm looking forward to the Smith fight.
Yeah, that's gonna be the fight tonight.
Oh yeah, he's
the
gonna
Aldo fight. The main event. In fact, I'm looking forward to all of them, but just not hyped like it's a. It doesn't feel like a pay-per-view in it. It doesn't.
It feels like, as I said before, it's a Gucci fight night. Go on, it's like it's a Gucci fight night in Brazil.
It's got the hype of a Lindsay Lohan film, ain't it? That's what it's got.
It's got me there.
You've absolutely killed Cal already. We're not even started yet, and you're ready.
You know what it is? I bought McDonald's home, but instead of just leaving it in the paper bag, I've put it on a plate and I've lit some candles and stuff. It's still McDonald's, but I've just spiced it up a little bit. You know what I mean?
If I actually found out Cal actually did that, I'd have to block him for life.
I would never do that. Maybe with a Morley's, I would.
I'll do that with a Morley's. Yeah, Morley's.
Yeah, do that with a Morley's. Spread the burger sauce on the side of the plate like Gordon Ramsay.
and then Ramsay's coming in and saying, "It's fucking raw."
That's quite a good impression.
It's raw. But anyway, before we're drifting off topic, yes, UFC 301 in Brazil. I'd say being polite, it is a massive come down pause from the massive event of UFC 300. I'll start off with you, Jamie. Is there any fights on the card that you're like, yeah, I'm really looking forward to?
No, I'm actually looking forward to Anthony Smith. Is it Vitor? I can't pronounce his surname. But yeah,
Vitor Petrino.
It's just going to be a stand-up war. I think that would be a good fight. Jose Aldo, I'm always pleased to watch Jose Aldo, but this Jose Aldo is 60 years of age. You know what I mean? He's just been through wars. I don't know if he should be fighting, but I'm always liking that Jose Aldo. I will say one thing about the card in general. It's all stand-up fights. The main card is just all really...
Apart from Paul Craig.
Apart from Paul Craig, but he doesn't mind getting into a war, does he? So
no.
If he has
I can guarantee he'll get dropped at some point. Josh T. Anthony Smith is getting sent to the Wolves once again. We'll touch on that, but this is Anthony Smith now. He is the gatekeeper. He's going to get cooked pretty much every single fight. This is what Dana will say to the guy. Hey, you can't beat Smith. Don't talk to me about getting title shots, because if you not beat this guy, you ain't getting shit. And then he just gets pushed out to fight. But I'll go with you, Callum. Any fights on that card that you're like looking, thinking, yeah, I'm really excited to see?
I don't know if I'd use the word excited. I'm intrigued. I'm very intrigued by the main event because it's the unknown for Pantoja. If you asked Pantoja like a couple months ago, would he be fighting Steve Ecreg? He'd probably say no. But I'm also intrigued to see why is Aldo coming back? Like, he retired, he was put into the Hall of Fame, he's been doing boxing. Like, is he coming back just to finish his UFC contract so he can really get his head down and do boxing? Because if he's coming back for that reason, Martinez is a very hungry fighter. Like, he kicked Yanez's legs to bits last fight. Like, does Aldo really have that passion like that? Or do you still have that dog in him for MMA? And if he doesn't, Martinez is going to beat him up real bad.
Well, I think I'll probably touch on that a little bit because I've got a theory why he's back. It's the shift tickets. to shift tickets. Because if he wasn't on that card, who's really like, okay, it's in Brazil, hence why there's a Brazilian fighter on pretty much every single fight. There's a Brazilian on it. There, apart from Pantoja, there's not anyone that you'd say is star quality, pay-per-view caliber quality. Because we're in the UK, so we don't pay pay-per-view prices. If you're in America and you're thinking, I've got to pay 80 quid. Okay, let's see what's on the card. Pantoja, Usyk, okay, Smith, okay, Michel Pereira. All right, okay.
Do you know, I forgot about that Pereira fight could be good.
Paul Craig, yeah. Cool, yeah. Pereira's a firecracker. Dude is pure style. Yeah, absolutely. The fact that he's gone up to middleweight is probably giving him a new lease of life as well, because how he got down to 170, like God's belief, how he managed to safely do that. But you know what? Let's start at the top of the card. Let's start at the main event. Alexander Pantoja making his second defense of his UFC flyweight title against Stephen Ecreg, who is ranked number 10. I know people, when people saw this matchup, people were going, what? Rank 10? Like the last time there was a disparity between the top guy and the challenger was Khabib versus Ali Quinter when he fought for the vacant lightweight belt. And the reason is because Pantoja is either cleaned out that division, because let's be honest, I think the person that was supposed to get this fight would have been Mokaev, but he stunk. He stunk an already dead Apex out with the Perez fight, and that sort of pushed him right back. Because I do believe that it would have been Mokaev in this position. But, you know, Stephen Ecreg, he's definitely going to provide a challenge, but I don't think it's going to be that much of a challenge compared to what other potential fights there could be. What do you think, Jamie? Jamie, do you think this is going to be just a one-side beatdown? Because I do think Pantoja, at the moment, I can't see anyone beating him in this division. You know, when just everything comes together for a fighter, I feel like that he's in that mode at the moment where I feel like that he is literally unbeatable at this weight.
Yeah, I mean, I pretty much see this as it's a weird matchup, ain't it? I mean, Herzog is more, he's known for his freestyle game, ain't he? So
yeah,
he's going to be looking for takedowns. He's got real no stand up. I don't think he's got many, if any, knockouts to his name. I think one maybe.
What is it?
Yeah, I think
he does train with the City Kickboxing boys, though.
Yeah, he trained to them guys, but I just it's a weird matchup, ain't it? It's just Pantoja he's so all rounded. I don't know where he can hurt him. If I really don't. Is he go try and draw him out into a 5-rounder? A bit of a ball fest. Try and get the win that way. I don't think he'll outstrike him. Will he out-grapple him? I'm not sure. I just don't see how Pantoja. But Pantoja, once he wins this, he needs to move up.
You know what? Yeah, I will definitely touch on that, because I do feel like that there's been more talk of him going up in the build-up of this fight week, which I'd always say, Cal, is a bit of a concern when I hear other fighters on fight week talking about going up divisions, where I'm like, hold up, you got a challenger here, a hungry challenger, someone that we didn't think was going to get a title shot, who was nowhere near a title shot. He's only 3-0 in the UFC. And the fact is, I'm hearing you talk about when you whooped O'Malley in the gym 6 years ago. I'm thinking, if I'm Usyk, I'm thinking, okay, he's already thinking that he's already beaten me. So do you think that's going to play into Usyk's hands, or do you think Pantoja is at that level that he's just going to think, yeah, it's light work?
I think if you were to say this about other fighters, I'd probably steer on your side and be like, yeah, he's being a bit crazy here. Pantoja is he's an animal, man. Like, we saw it in the Moreno fight. We did a watch along for that. And like, he took everything Moreno had and just kept on walking forward. He'd taken him down. He was threatening submissions. He was striking with him, and then we saw him against Roy Val, and he just shut him out. Just shut him out and made it look easy. And these aren't crap fighters. Like Roy Val and Moreno, they're top of the food chain. It's just that he's the biggest and baddest in that division, and he's too good, man. He's too good, and I feel kind of sorry for Ecreg that he's having to take this fight now, because him being ranked where he is, it kind of shows he needs a couple more fights of experience and just to have that know-how. It almost feels like he's being fed to Pantoja. And look, we could get it completely wrong, but as you said, our Quintet was the last time someone fought that low in the rankings for a championship. Dan Henderson against Bisping's another one. It usually goes the way of the champion when you're fighting that far down in terms of the rankings, and Pantoja is one of the best champions in the UFC today.
Yeah, well, let's look at the rankings, because I do think there is a valid reason why he's been the chosen one in this respect. So, rank number 1, Roy Val, beat him, whooped him. Brandon Moreno beat him, whooped him 3 times, no need.
Oh yeah, 3. You're right.
Albazi, I think he's out injured.
Out injured, yeah, because he was meant to fight Moreno, but Roy Val stepped in short notice.
Kaya France beat him.
And needs a win.
Perez, I think he's beaten him.
Yeah.
Mukayev hasn't beaten him. Not fought, but obviously he had the stinky performance with Perez, ruled himself out off the back of that. Manu Cape, injured. Nicolau, just been knocked out, and I think Pantoja's already beaten him. Tim Elliott, not fought. Then you got Steve Ecreg. Yeah. So it's not like you're skipping loads of contenders and thinking, what, this guy? I think it's out of necessity why he's got the shot, because we say like, oh, the rankings, like the rankings are useless. Well, this is when the rankings have actually been used.
Yeah, accordingly.
Well, it also says a lot about the depth of the division when you haven't built up another challenger ready for him. The fact that he's probably, once he beats Ecreg, I do imagine he's probably going to get Mukayev. But yet again, I've seen Mukayev versus Roy Val for the number 1 contenders bout in Manchester. So for me, like, this division is almost screaming out, Jamie, for Pantoja to jump up whilst they rejig who's actually going to be the number 1 contender. Because if he sticks around afterwards, then you're really looking at like Tim Elliott, Matt Schnell, Tatsuro Tara, like names I can't even pronounce, like getting title shots.
Yeah, I think the problem, like, if he sticks around, was he fighting Tim Elliott next? I mean, is that the most obvious next fighter for him?
If he stuck around, yeah, depending on injuries.
Does anyone want to see that? I mean, if he went up to bantamweight,
I'd have him versus O'Malley in the sphere.
I don't know if I give him straight. I don't know if I do title shot straight away.
O'Malley needs to be Marabia.
Yeah, I'd like to see I don't know, Pantoja and Peter Yan or something like that in his first fight up there.
I think because he's the champion, I reckon, like, obviously champ versus champ, double champ, the money is already there, backstory is already there, waiting.
Oh, you got to give the belt up if he moves that, in my opinion.
Yeah, possibly. Football golf.
I think that's the only way you do it. You give the belt up, and he's guaranteed the O'Malley fight if he comes through in his next one.
Hey, no way. If I'm Pantoja, I'm not vacating this effing belt. I've seen you give, title shots to multiple people who want to be champ. I ain't giving up shit for you. But like, I'm the king of my division with no obvious contender to fight afterwards who's worthy of his attention.
I don't know if it works in MMA where you're multiple champions of different divisions and going up and down. I just feel like if Pantoja wins this fight, which he should, he then should be looking to go up and weight and testing himself in a bigger fish, because he's the biggest fish in a small pond right now, and he needs to go where all the big fish are, in my opinion, and go up to bantamweight. There's some great fights for him there in bantamweight, in my opinion, and I feel that's where he needs to be. I mean, O'Malley is the obvious one, and I think Pantoja just deals with O'Malley quite easily. So that's what I want to see out of him. I want him win this fight, move up, get promised a title fight first. Then, if he has that title fight, he has to vacate his title, because let the small fish. This is part of my thing. I look at a few divisions in this company right now, and I don't know if they need to be there. Don't think they're marketable. Don't think there's enough stars in them. I think you can make half a case of some divisions going up into the division above, making better divisions, making more fights. You just got no money in these fights. Like, as you said, this ain't even like, he's the champion of this weight, and I don't think he's marketed enough to be a star and for people to watch 301. You know what I mean? So this is my issue with UFC. They don't market enough, and no one cares about some of these divisions in this company. They really don't. Back in the day, 155 used to be the best division in UFC. 155 and 170, and he don't care about the small guys. I'm sorry, he just don't.
But the small guys are producing at the moment probably the best fights. Last weekend,
they make no money.
Perez, short notice, absolutely flatlined Nicolau.
Yeah, but only us guys are watching them. This is the problem.
Yeah, again, not not gonna lie, like, as I'm not a casual, but I did not watch the fight night. And if I wasn't running this particular channel, doing this particular stuff, I wouldn't be getting up for this, because for me, I've got to, like, me and you for this weekend. It's gonna be 3 a.m. wake up. Like, I want to feel like I'm getting value for. Yeah, look at Cal's face. He's thinking I'm gonna be in Jamaica, sunning it all out. We're gonna be slugging away.
And have apple juice on tap, just
not sparkling apple juice, no.
No. It can't go too crazy now.
No. But anyway, predictions.
Can't have that appetizer. Don't give the appetizer shit. I don't want to hear that.
I mean, bouncing up and down the beach, bro.
Predictions for the main event. I'll start off with you, Callum.
Pantoja. I don't know if he'll stop him, but I think it will be a very clear win for Pantoja. I'm gonna go decision. I'm gonna go like 49-46 across the board.
You, Jamie?
Comfortable decision win, unanimous, every round.
I'm gonna go comfortable decision win, and I think he's gonna batter and pillar to post. I reckon he's gonna batter and pillar to post. But moving on to the real main event, the real star of the show. Jonathan Martinez is fighting, and that's the real star. No, jokes. No. The king of Rio is back. Jose Aldo Jr. makes his return to the UFC after his retirement against Jonathan Martinez. Callum, why do you think Aldo picked up the call from the UFC to fight on this card?
So I've got a theory. Aldo's been doing some boxing, and he's actually been winning in boxing, but he's still under contract with the UFC, if I'm not mistaken. I don't think he fought out his fight, so I feel as though the UFC did him a favor letting him do the boxing. But I think if he wants to go and get bigger fights and take on bigger fights, the UFC, I think, have said, look, we either get cut of that or you fight out your last fight on the contract, and then you go and do what you want.
Does anyone know what his current contract situation is? Like, this is I think this
is the last fight on this deal.
Yeah.
Going into his last fight, that's what they were saying. They were like, he was going to fight that one and then potentially one more, but he decided to make that his last fight. So
he's actually fighting out a contract. He hasn't got one.
He hasn't got a contract.
No, that's what I'm reading here.
So he's coming back for a 1-fight deal.
Why Jose Aldo is fighting out of contract at UFC 301?
I'll scrap what I just said then. He's coming back for money. He's getting paid.
Again, he's either getting the bag because the UFC is like, look,
He's
Jose,
getting paid, bro. He's getting paid.
So like, look, Jose, like I know, like you are a legend, arguably one of the greatest featherweights of all time. This card ain't shifting tickets. Please, can you come back? We'll pay you the bag. We'll give you an opponent that we think you can get the win against. Okay, it's not a guarantee that he's gonna wash over Martinez. He's still ranked in the top 15, so it's a credible win should he get it. We'll pay you the bag because we do not want our last Brazil card to end how the last one went when that arena emptied as Glover was getting the shit beaten out of him. And that's why I think he's returned, because I think the UFC have realized that they have not shifted enough tickets because there isn't a big enough name. And who's the real king of Brazil? Jose Aldo Jr. Yeah. I reckon that thing has now sold out now because Aldo's on that card.
Oh, is it actually sold out?
He's got one fight. This is actually his last fight. The title was a bit misleading. So this is his last fight, and even if he wanted to quit UFC to do boxing, apparently, but if you quit UFC, you're still in contract.
Yeah.
So they own your rights. So that's why he wants. So he says even if he wins this fight, he's not looking for leverage. He wants to do more boxing.
But also get a credible win. Like a credible win in the top 15 guy saying, hey, look, I still got it. Boxing promoters, you know, if you want to pay me. And I do think he's needed to shift tickets. Because I would not be surprised if this card was not shifted. No tickets in Brazil. I know, like, we've got loads of Brazilians on this card. Some unknown, some not unknown. But as much as Pantoja, the star, is not a big star. But you get Brazil's biggest star in the last 10 years.
Are we being a bit naive though, boys? Because look back at the last last London card. Apart from Aspinall and being on it, if I'm not mistaken, there wasn't that many big name Brits on that card.
I'll have a look on that one actually. Yeah, was that the one when Aspinall got injured?
No, that Aspinall versus Tabora.
I'll have a look. Aspinall. The thing is, but sorry, just
fight night. So it had. All right, so the fight card. All right, I'm going to read you the fight card, boys.
Yeah.
So it was Lerone Murphy and Kulibau, Jai Herbert and Ziam, Paul Craig Muniz, Nathaniel Woods, Andre Philly, which was a really good fight, Molly McCann and Stoliarenko, and then Aspinall versus Tabora. That sold out in London.
But my caveat to that, Cal, that's a fight night. This card's a pay-per-view.
I know, but the price is going to be that different though for a pay-per-view.
What compared to a fight night in America? I think it's like a massive difference. I think fight nights are free in America, I think.
But remember, Brazilian fans like ourselves, we're starved of cards. So let's be real. They're just going to be happy for the UFC coming into town. So they probably would have bought tickets without even knowing the main event and stuff like that potentially.
Very true. They're very true, but it wouldn't surprise me because, especially after like Pereira said that he wants to fight at 301 as well as 300.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. And it's like, oh yeah,
I think people would have bought tickets off the back of that.
Pardon?
I think people would have bought tickets off the back of Pereira saying that.
Yeah, yes, possibly. But as Jamie just said, like now it's now confirmed that this is his last fight. I do think it's just doing the UFC a bit of a favor to help, shift some tickets that haven't been shifted. Maybe it hasn't sold as well, Like, let's be honest. When can we say that? Okay, when's the last time that we saw the UFC actually sell out an arena, and not what Dana's bullshitted on his post-fight presser of what we've actually seen?
Tickets still available.
Tickets still available. Like, when's the last time we saw the UFC fill out a stadium? Could we say that UFC 300 actually sold out? Because I still saw empty seats.
That one might have sold out.
Yeah, that one might have sold out, but
The previous ones didn't sell out. I remember
they've not sold out. Like,
it's because they price their tickets so expensive.
Yeah.
It's not that people don't want to go; it's just they can't bloody afford it.
Yeah. Money. But that's the Dana thing. Money to put on a Gucci fight night in Brazil with a champion of the tiniest men's division. But predictions for the co-main. Are we seeing Aldo lead the UFC with a W, or do you think he'll be passing on the torch to Jonathan Martinez? Start with you, Jamie.
Martinez knockout.
Cal?
I don't think he's going to be passing the torch, but I think Martinez is going to be grabbing it from him in a very hostile manner. I think it's going to be a stoppage, and I don't think it's going to be pretty. I worry for Aldo in this fight. Martinez is very hungry.
I'm backing Aldo, mate. I'm backing Aldo to get the job done by decision. I back him. I reckon Aldo would have had a hand in picking his opponent, and he's probably looked thinking, "Yeah, I want to get a good win." And this is probably the most realistic guy. He probably thought, "Yeah, ranked top 15, I can still get, a credible win." I was about to say, let's go through the next fight, but because I'm not going to lie, I've not really done much research, so I'll get each of you to pick out a fight that you're looking forward to on the main or prelims.
I'm looking forward to Anthony Smith getting destroyed. Most unlikable fighter I've ever seen in my life.
And that's saying something because there's been some really unlikable fighters on this in the company.
Vic Hall as he's won 4 first-round finishes as well. He's a man
striker.
Anthony Smith, he's just not. I don't know what it is about him. He had that one fight with John Jones.
He should have taken the belt off Jones. Should have taken it with a down knee. He should have been shameless as F. Say, I beat John Jones because John Jones didn't know the effing rules, and waved the belt up in his face with took the noble way out. And John Jones was like, "Thank you very much. I'm just going to beat the shit out of you now."
I was going to say, it would have worked out really bad for Anthony Smith if you did that, because the rematch, John Jones would have just turned into an
but he would have got pay-per-view points.
Yeah, and he might have lost his career.
Yeah,
the thing with Anthony Smith, after the John Jones fight, he came out of that like he thought he was the greatest thing since sliced bread.
Yeah.
And that's what pees me off about it. I was like, what?
Yeah.
You lost. What's going on here? Oh, you tried. Oh, well done. Yeah, good man.
He tried. He tried. But that's the fight you're looking forward to seeing, Jamie. Anthony Smith getting murdered. Cal?
I'm looking forward to Michel Pereira's fight versus Poteria, I believe it's pronounced. Pereira's just crazy, isn't it? He's like a mini Johnny Walker. Like he's just crazy, like doing backflips.
A more refined version of Johnny Walker.
No, definitely, but he's probably crazier than Johnny Walker as well. The guy just loves to fight.
Yeah. I'm going right for my fellow Welshman. Jack Shaw is back on headlining the early prelims against Joe Anderson Brito, which I think is a nightmare matchup.
Yeah,
for him.
It's at featherweight, right?
At featherweight.
Yeah.
I've got a really bad feeling. Like, I love Jack. Like, I really think he can be championship level, but this is an awful matchup where I think he could go night-night. I just got a bad it. I hope he gets it done. He has looked good at featherweight, but obviously he's had quite a long injury layoff. And I just don't know whether or not this was the right move.
He's the big favourite, Jack Shaw.
What, is he the big favourite? I think.
Yeah, he's plus 140.
Damn. Well, okay. Maybe I should just quit this thing because maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm trying to think.
I'm with you, though. Brito is, it is a.
Brito's got 7 knockouts, 7 submissions.
It's not great. Yeah, and Brito looks scary, man. I ain't gonna lie.
Like Jonathan Pierce by submission, KO, submission, KO. Last time he lost was Bill Aldo 2 years ago.
Yeah,
obviously Jack Shaw.
on his P's and Q's. He's got to be on his P's and Q's, or else it's going to end really bad for him.
Yeah, and we know Jack Shaw, so unfortunately got knocked out by Ricky Simon.
Yeah,
really, because I thought that he was going to be on his rise up the division, but I do think
I
he's
just realised
my
girl Carolina is in the prelims.
Yeah, she is.
Not another one of your crushes, JJ.
Side mission. Valentina's still the main. It's like Grand Theft Auto when you got your main objective.
I literally got to say about GTA.
I love Carolina. It's great.
This year at GTA, but anyway, guys, we're probably going to wrap it up there. Thank you everyone that's tuned in. Massive thanks to Jamie, Callum, for joining me this evening. Jamie, let the people know where they can find you.
Yeah, you can find me at Jamie Phillips Football Chats. I'll be live at midnight.
Callum, you got anything coming up?
No, I ain't. I was thinking I might try and sneak in like a short show on the Sanderson Show. I'll see what time's like between now and Friday. Otherwise, nah, you won't see me for at least a week on there. Sorry, boys. Like, sorry.
You just need to work on that time, yeah.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
Right, we know where your loyalties lie. Don't worry.
Yeah, we know. Yeah, we know.
It actually feels weird going on holiday. Like I've not been on one since before the pandemic.
Well, I'm pretty sure that you're gonna, show us photos, really rub it in.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you, boys. I am. I'm gonna send you videos, photos. I'm gonna send you the full work.
Like, I want everything, man.
I'm actually gonna try and watch the card though, because it will be on a decent time over there.
Yeah, I think it's 8 p.m. for you, isn't it?
Oh my god,
I'll take it.
Kids are in bed. You just might have to convince the missus.
Nah, she'll probably want to get rid of me, bro. So I should probably be all right.
Be down in the bar somewhere just watching it.
Yeah, like
with the apple juice on tap.
Literally the coldest of apple juices, bro, and I'll be good.
Yeah, and then obviously it'll be me and Jamie doing the watch on this weekend. It will be most likely be on my channel because obviously with Callum being away, it won't be on the Sanderson Show, but it will be on this channel instead. So make sure to tune in as well. If I've got anything coming up, probably not because I've been on late all week for work. So apart from the watch along, there's probably not going to be much else because I've been working late this week. So I've not really had much time.
This is going to be a grind, by the way. So everyone better appreciate it.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know. All jokes aside, I know I do feel bad for this one. Like if I was going away for 300, I'd be like, you lot will be all right though because it's a sick card. You'll be. I'm not gonna lie. Get the coffees and the monsters in, boys, because it could be a slow card.
I'll get more on that. Don't you worry about that.
I might need to call Conor around McGregor, yeah, to see if he gets some of the good stuff.
Oh, by the way, have you seen that? Have you seen that Saudi Fight Night card?
No, is it all sorted now?
Stacked.
Oh, yeah, of course it is.
I'll give you the best Fight Night card ever.
Hey, Dana tried to rock up with Saudi with some of the Apex cards, and probably the Sheikhs probably thought,
"Yeah, he's
like, what the fuck did you?"
I mean, the main event alone,
yeah. He probably just said to Dana, like, "Do you want me to buy your company and you have no equity in it? Like, do better."
Well, they got like 5% in it.
Yeah, they already have. Yeah, but if they really wanted to, they'd buy that.
Yeah,
tomorrow. That and then just give it all over to PFL. Just go, way. I'm really annoyed Dana, but yeah, everyone that's tuned in, a massive thanks, and we will see you all very soon. Yeah, so see you all very soon.